Funny. in there for the toss. Claudio Fabiano, a Marconi Jr., and Mr. Marconi, Marco Jesic. All the teams swap sides. I will run through the starting lineups for both teams. Suspension means that Timothy Wofill is out for 3 games. Uni's lineup reads like this. In goals, Tristan Prendergast. A back 4 of Anthony Barbic, Claudio Fabiano, Grant Lynch, Emilio Vinci. A midfield of Lachlan Campbell, Corby Fowler, and Alex Malfara. And a front 3 of Jaden Hub, Oliver Pufflet, and Kevin Lopez. Draw and 3 losses, which, if you've watched their games, is a little bit harsh. They scored the opening goal in every game except their 2-0 defeat last week to St. George FC. And their manager, Gabe Knowles, might feel like this afternoon is the day, and there's no bigger scout than the Stallions, who, after a red-hot start, will be extra hungry. Just a reminder how unpredictable this long 30-round season in New South Wales is. Marconi in their beautiful Azzurri blue. UNSW in their traditional yellow and black. Eye of the Tiger was blaring out pre-game. Are we going to see a Rocky Balboa-esque upset here at the Village Green? UNSW in their second home game in the top flight, still chasing their first win of the season. Marconi looking back to get back to winning ways. Slight delay as we try and locate a ball. Beautiful sight, Village Green. You can't see it, but there's a nice, healthy crowd. Shout out to the Stables crew as well, the Marconi active support that have come here in their suits for the occasion. There's a couple of Italian flags as well. Marconi always well supported. We have located the ball. It is time. The first month of the season is done. Is this the night UNSW pick up their first win in the top flight, or will Marconi get us back underway? It's the Stallions going from left to right on your screen, and an early touch for Anton Lunaric. And intercepted there by the makeshift right back, Anthony Barbic. That is one to look out for. You will see 3 centre backs playing there today, but Uni playing with a back 4. Lachlan Campbell looks like he's going to sit just in front of that back 4, and it's a long ball and an early test, which is passed. No pun intended by the UNSW captain, Claude Fabiano. That's going to be a battle between him and Damien Sekenis. I gave you the UNSW lineup. I'll run through the Marconi one in just a second. Unchanged for the 5th game in a row. Going to park it just for 1 second. They go out wide to Meyer. Meyer cuts in on his left foot and looks for a cross, but well dealt with. It falls here, though, to Armson. Was he dragged down by Malfara? Our referee, Michael Wiener, was right there, and he says he was. An early chance for the Marconi Stallions. Jack Armson, one of a host of new signings, have hit the ground running for Marconi, and he wins the free kick. There's some very capable free kick takers standing over it. One of them is Marco Jesic, who is capable of scoring a golazo. Another one who I've seen him bury a couple free kicks, particularly in his St. George City days, was Franco Meyer. It's the right foot of Jesic, the left foot of Meyer. Looks like it's going to be Mr. Marconi. Marco Jesic, a good low save by Prendergast. And it's still there at the feet of Blair. He stops that one from going out. It would have been a corner anyway, and another foul here. This time from Lopez on Meyer. Good low save And a warning shot fired there from Marconi. Prendergast, no stranger to battles against Marconi from his days at Blacktown and Sydney United. Called into action early. And he might be called into action once again. Tall timber in there for both teams. We saw Marconi hurt Apia and set pieces in their opening round. Can they do the same to UNSW? It's a great ball floated into the back post and it hits the crossbar. Franco Maya can't believe it. He gestures to the crowd. I think that was his family in the crowd saying, how did that not go in? And inside 3 minutes, Marconi have come close to scoring twice. They might come close once again. This is past Maya. Balls to Kuol, who can hit them. Ten Kuol has done it again, showing why he was a winger. A beautiful finish from Ten Kuol, who is building up quite the catalogue in season 2026, despite starting at centre-back. And Marconi get the reward for a blistering start. The stables is in full voice. The Azuri flag is waving. UNSW are stunned. Ten Kuol with another golazo. He scored one in round one. He does it once again. And what a luxury having a centre-back with an eye for goal like Ten Kuol. He's not just an aerial threat. He's got the feet of a winger, and that is because he played as a winger from his time at Western Sydney and the Central Coast Mariners academies. And UNSW, for the second week in a row, are going to have to come from behind. Unlike their game last week against St. George, they didn't have a chance to make a positive start. It's been all Marconi. Gabe Knowles must be frustrated. A couple lapses in judgment there, a couple free kicks given away, and it was the afters of a Franco Maya cross that hit the crossbar. It was dispatched by Kuol. How will Uni respond? Both these teams have been victims, you have to say, of tough draw from the footballing gods. Uni opening up their first month with just one game at home. Marconi opening up with a triple header, including Apia, Rockdale and Wollongong. They won all of them. And then the game out of that four that you would expect them to have won or been most likely to win, this is a nice build-up from UNSW, well intercepted by Maya, was the game that they lost. That's just the beauty of football right there. And amidst all the free kick, golazo chaos, I haven't had a chance to run through Marconi's lineup, so apologies for that. I'm going to do it now as they get another free kick. If you're a fan of Marconi, you'll recognise this one because it's the same lineup that they've played every game this season. It's with their usual 4-4-2, Joel Wade in goals, back four of George Daniel, Luka Pekora, and a centre-back partnership of Ten Kuol and Anton Mlinaric. Centre midfield duo of Jack Armson and Quinton Blair, and the wingers Franco Maya, who's already had his influence on this game. Here he is on the ball once again. Mate Busek is the other winger, and up front is Damien Sekenes and their captain Marko Jesic. Go long once again. This is a feature of Marconi, particularly since the acquisition of Damien Sekenes and after that 2024 season when they lost so many great players, two important attacking players, James Temulkovsky and Roki Ayama. Hard to replace those goals from JT, and we saw that last season. The goals dried up a little bit. Almost 20 goals. I think there was more than 20 goals. There's 24 goals less than they scored in that championship winning campaign. But one thing that stayed ever present was that rock solid back four. Nice turn from Sekenes, and he opens up and has the shot, but never going to test Tristan Prendergast there. It's been a definitely learning experience the first month of the season, but still 26 games to go if you include this one, so plenty of football still to be played by Uni, but plenty of positives to take from that opening month. Well won here, and a chance for Ollie Pufflet to look up and try and look for Harb, but it's well cut off by Qual. Dryden Harb, one of the goals of the season in round one, showed us why he's so highly rated. He was the lead 2 player of the season coming over from South Coast Flame. This one's going to test Grant Lynch, and the futsal route almost had it pinched off him by Sekenis, and that's what Damien Sekenis does so well. He's such a handful, and well won by Armson. Yesic looks up. He's got options left or right. Blair holds it up. He had Daniel making the run. He goes for the safe option instead, which is play Jack Armson. Always going to be tough for Marconi, making the final of the Australian Championship. Such a long, grueling season. Players like George Daniel, Tyron Burney, who's on the bench today, still recovering from an injury. Played over 40 games last season. Here come UNSW. Malfara opens up. Bit of space on that right-hand side. First chance for UNSW here. Pufflet with a step over, and the goal! Ollie Pufflet, out of absolutely nothing, UNSW equalise. The first time, really, they ventured into the attacking third. Ollie Pufflet, out of absolutely nothing, a couple steps overs, and he drills it past Joel Wade. And Uni equalise, and after 10 minutes, what a start to this game. UNSW fans sitting underneath me, very excited with that one. It's a shame, and I understand why, because it's the commentary gantry, you know, the gantry points, but it would be nice if you got to see the crowds, because you get to see that fence, which aren't the most aesthetically pleasing thing. One of the romantic things about UNSW games when they're in the lower leagues is you could just venture over. Fabiano wins a foul there. Just have a little peek over the gate and enjoy the game, but New South Wales NPL regulations means you have to charge entry, so because of that, they have to put the fence up. It is a very nice football ground. They're very unique, located inside the university campus, and here they come once again. Great ball. It looked like it was going to land in Kevin Lopez's lap, but Milnaric sticks his leg out, and Uni, after that goal, have come to life here. The early signs were ominous for UNSW. It looked like a return to the vintage Marconi Stallions, rock solid. Peppering that UNSW goal, but a moment of magic from Ollie Pufflet. Second goal of the season. Chance here for UNSW to take the lead. It's over the head of everyone, and Team Qual just sends it away, but only as far as Dryden Harb, who floats it back into the near post. Chance now for Marconi to break. Sekenis holds the ball up. Now Farah did well just to slow him down a little bit, and then well won by Vinci, and the foul goes the other way, to the absolute disgust of that UNSW bench and Gabe Knowles, who's seen it all, but he wasn't happy with that one. Gabe Knowles versus Peter Sekenis. What a managerial battle here. You've got Sekenis, one of the all-time greats in this competition, against Gabe Knowles, who owns a unique piece of history. Battling with Lynch. These two know each other very well from Lynch's days at Blacktown, and it's the ex-Blacktown City man who got the one up there. He was the first manager in New South Wales to manage at every level of NPL football with the same club, which is an incredible stat. Of course, when you factor in that UNSW 5 years ago when they signed Kevin Lopez. We're in State League, the now defunct State League, which was NPL 4. Really is an incredible project. And they're going toe-to-toe with one of the heavyweights right now. The back heel from Maya, but Lynch was there once again. And you, just from pre-game, but the opening 13 minutes just verified it. This game will be won and lost with that battle. Marconi's experienced front two against the veteran centre-back partnership of Grant Lynch and former Marconi Jr. Claudio Fabiano. Lynch with the header away. For Marconi, if they can get some room to shots, lovely clean feet, and then dispossess it with 3 UNSW players there hounding him. Fowler, who pinched it off Sekenis. Sekenis then takes it back off him. Armson, is it out wide? Here's Busek, can score from anywhere, might be provided this time. It goes out for a corner. Stables, which are on the bottom right of your screen. Just missed them. Making noise now. They were muted though. They were very loud in the opening 10 minutes. The home crowd came to life. Fantastic start to this game. Will we get a third goal inside 15 minutes? Marconi definitely capable of doing it from a corner. Quol's at the back post. Sekenis is there too. He sent it in that direction and it almost was turned into his own net. It was Malfara's touch. The ref initially gestured for a goal kick but corrected himself. It was the right call. That would have been really unlucky. Malfara, thankfully for him, I'm sure with his heart in his mouth, he saw that one just whiz past the back post. It's going to be another corner though. This time it's the left foot of Maya to take it. 1-1, 15 minutes gone. Floated into the back post, hits the roof of the net. Prendergast, who's been tested early. Happy to see that one all the way. Just joining us now, I feel bad for you. You've missed brilliant opening 15 minutes. It had everything. Marconi made the hot start. A couple free kicks, one drawing a good save. Tristan Prendergast, the other one looping onto the crossbar, and then a great effort from Tang Quol. Adds another golazo to his catalogue, I beg your pardon. Just scoring a great one in round one, and just when it looked like been a grim afternoon for the home team, Ollie Pufflet stepping up with his second goal of the season, and that's the question for UNSW. Who is going to chip in with the goals necessary to keep this team up? Will it be Pufflet? Very experienced, had spent some time at Western Sydney Wanderers, was an Australian under-20s representative, part of those great Olympic teams that won the premiership. Nice switch out here to Harb. Great touch as well going up against Pekora. Harb running out of room, and Pekora did really well to follow him the whole way and concede the corner. Spent some time as the backup to Alec Udashevsky at Rockdale. Instead of staying there, another one that has embraced this vision here at the Village Green. It's corner for UNSW. Low, fizzed in. It falls here. It's fizzing around. Room for the shot. Players taking a tumble. It's fizzing around like a pinball machine. It was Amelia Vinci with the shot, and Fowler, who's been in the trenches in this first half, head knock, and the game is rightfully stopped. pausing play gives me a chance to catch my breath. Get a quick drink as well. This game. Fantastic pace early and plenty of action and drama. Let's hope Fowler's okay. NSW can't afford more key players injured. No Nathan Roberts today and Sean Woods as well. Big loss for them. To have firepower on that bench, UNSW. Their top goal scorer of the last 2 seasons, Jack Fulton. Yeah, come on, Matias da Silva Santos, back in the NPL as well this season after a year off. Former Sutherland Shark. Spent some time at St. George as well. Fowler's okay. Just have a sore head. No Wofield at the back for UNSW. He's suspended for 3 games. It was a very fiery game at Barton Park last week. Drop ball for the home team and get back underway. Here's Lynch. A good battle so far, seeing Lynch and Jesic, 2 all-time greats in this competition. Lopez flicks it on. Lopez, the longest-serving UNSW player. Signed in 2020 as that cross ends up in the crowd. Lopez signed in 2020. The team was in stately. He eclipsed 100 games with the club last season. The captain, Fabiano, signed the year later, in 2021. Here he is on the ball once again. And once again, they were in the defunct NPL 4. It's been a rapid rise from the 4th division to the 1st division in 5 years. Malfara comes diving in and Tenqual somehow ends up with it and almost runs the perfect ball for Jesic. It wouldn't have mattered, he was offside anyway. That was almost like in the Looney Tunes. When there's a fight scene and there's a big puff of dust and 2 players come in and one gets spat out. Malfara launched himself in. Tenqual, who I wouldn't want to dive in on a 50-50 with, came out the better side. And if Marconi find themselves needing to chase this game, he can play up front, which is what he did last week when they were down to Sydney FC, ultimately losing that game 1-0. Pufflet flicks it on to Lopez. Here is Malfara. Great to see Malfara back after a brutal injury last season. Lovely work from Busek. He's got Maya to his right, and he finds him. Franco Maya in on goal. The touch was a little bit heavy, and it invited Prendergast, who remained big and put his body on the line. Big moment in this game and a chance, the best chance we've had since UNSW have equalised for either team. Maya on his weaker right foot. The first touch was a little bit heavy as well, but that was brilliant by Mate Busek, who showed us last season in the Australian Championship, particularly in the knockout stage of that tournament. What a great player he is. And manager has rewarded that great play with a step up in responsibility. He's now a regular starter after being a infrequent starter / super sub, but really grew as the season went on, as I mentioned before. And you can always tell the club's opinion on someone by the number they get. He also got a number promotion. I believe his number was 24. Yeah, he's wearing number 11. And speaking of 11, just joining us now, you missed the pregame. Marconi rolling out the same starting 11 they have every single game this season. And it's a credit to the new players like Luca Pecora, who keeping Tyron Burney out of the team. Burney, one of the best defenders in the competition, still working his way back from injury. And it's this back line that's going to be under the pump again. Harb, he's dangerous if he cuts in on his right. He's dancing and weaving. And there to contain the fantastic Jayden Harb, who showed us round one what he could do when you give him an inch of space. If you haven't seen that goal, I highly recommend you go back and watch it. It was a game that UNSW led twice, but ultimately lost 5-2. They're on the back foot once again. Brilliant tackle. That was well done there by Barbic, who halfway through the first half done a good job deputising in Wofield's right back spot. Challenge there that they didn't like, and tempers just simmering a little bit, which is no surprise because both these teams play with their heart on their chest. You love to see a bit of passion in football, as long as it doesn't get out of hand, which it didn't then. Midway through the first half, 10 Qual's brilliant opener cancelled out by an equally brilliant, it has to be said, Ollie Pufflet goal, because it came out of absolutely nothing. His goal came from something similar to this. It was a free kick, and then the seconds dealt with probably Meyer looking for the switch to Busek. Well cut out there by Pufflet, who'd have an extra spring in his step. He'll be relishing the chance to lock down a starting spot in the NPL. One of those players, I feel like he's been around for 10 years. I remember him as a part of that Olympic team, won the premiership a few years ago, but he's only, I believe, 25. Been around for a long time, Ollie Pufflet, and spent time sitting behind some very established goal scorers, Roy O'Donovan, Ali Kuldashevsky, but a chance here at the Village Green to carve out a starting spot and be a part of something special, something that started with a vision before this pitch was even built. It was an AFL ground with a cricket pitch in the middle 5 years ago, but it's seen promotion all the way up from the 4th division to the top flight. Are hoping tonight we'll see their first 3 points of the season. Prendergast goes long it for a second, like it might fall for Harb there. Wade. Lenaric dinks it forward and he's hoping it'll sit up for Jesic. It brought Prendergast off his line, but Prendergast did well. Lopez holds it up. Was fouled there by Minaric. It's always an awkward one when the ball's in the air. Lopez had eyes for the ball and the big steam train was coming through. Anton Minaric is a big boy. That is a centre-back partnership of doom right there. Lopez is okay. He's not happy. We saw one, and as predicted, and expected, I should say, this game, very physical, two physical teams. We have to use this Marconi team with Peter Sekenis. The blueprint is always that stingy defense. Teams that play with plenty of passion. We saw that in the Australian Championship, their ability to stay in games like that Apia game and grind out results. You have to give credit to them as well. All the players that left, they've replaced them well and look like one of the contenders once again. Well won there by Campbell. Lovely feet by Fowler, who had his jersey pulled, and take it short. Here's Malfara. Gabe Knowles, you have to like what you're seeing from your team after a horror start. Goal inside 5 minutes to 10 Qual, but his team's responded well and are battling with the Stallions at the moment. Marconi taken short. Blair, the Americans, had a seamless transition to life at Bosley Park. Found himself in the team of the week a couple of weeks ago. He's formed a very good midfield partnership with Jack Armson. He knows Italo-Australian culture very well from his time at Apia. He's a key player for them. Didn't work out for him at the back end of his Olympic tenure, but chaos behind the scenes there, I suspect. He's found a home at Marconi and will be pushing for another championship. But at this stage, they have to weather this UNSW storm. Lynch. He's out wide to Vinci. UNSW happy to have a spell on the ball here. Going to be very comfortable defending, but after coming behind early, NSW have wrestled back control. Lump it long for Sekenis. Fabiano flies in, but legally winning the ball there. This game will be extra special for him. He was at Marconi from the age of 16 to 19. Also played his former team last week, St. George FC. May have left one there on Jesic. Michael Weiner thinks so. Half an hour gone in this first half. The score is 1-1. 10 quals opener cancelled out by Ollie Pufflett's second of the season. Here's Lopez. He's growing into this game, battling with Lunaric. Whoa. Very hard to press because he's so cool on the ball. He's going up against Malfara once again, and he breezes past him. Now going up against Barbic. Still going 10 qual. It's a brilliant run! And almost the second for Marconi. Wow, that was sensational from 10 qual, who made his run from centre back. Breezed past UNSW and then squared it up for his captain, Marko Jesic, who puts it wide. And that is just a reminder to the home team who've been comfortable in the last 5 minutes that a game can be flipped on its head in an instant. Go long once again for Pufflet. What a run by 10 qual that was. Wow, what a first half he's had. Great goal. He almost had one of the assists of the season. That pass for Vinci was a little bit too heavy. Have to give credit to Peter Sekenis and the great Peter Fleet for the job that they've done with this team in their very short off-season that they had. Their season finished in December. The final of the Australian Championship. Here they go down that left-hand side once again. Beautiful tackle by Fabiano. That was perfect. The ex-Marconi Jr. timed that to perfection. Work there by Harb, and this is not what you want to see. Fabiano down in back play, but they play on, and Harb saw weight off his line. It's spilled, and it's bundled in by Kevin Lopez. A horror moment for the Marconi goalkeeper. UNSW, who were behind, take the lead, and it's Kevin Lopez's first goal of the season. Looked like the chance had evaporated there. Chaos, because UNSW's captain was down in back play. Harb saw Wade off his line. Wade was backtracking and then made a mess of the ball, which was fizzing and low, and it fell like an absolute gift to Lopez. He gets his first goal of the season, and this is a bittersweet one for UNSW because their captain, after making a brilliant tackle moments earlier, looks like he's going to come off here. He gives the armband to Alex Malfara, so that's Claudio Fabiano's night done. It was a great opening half an hour from the captain as well, and he comes off after making a textbook tackle. Gets the applause from the home fans. That's not what you want to see. Let's hope it's not serious for him. So Fabiano off early. Thankfully for UNSW, they did have the Kiwi Liam Wood on the bench, so he comes in for a straight swap. I maybe thought potentially that Mickey Campbell could have dropped into that back line, but the ex-Blacktown City man is doing such a great job playing at 6 that God knows he's going to leave him there and bring on his big Kiwi instead. Marconi respond. Haven't been behind much this season. In their opening 3 wins, they scored the opening goal in all those games and never looked back. Scored the opening goal today, but find themselves behind. They did show, though, with that chance. That was a beautiful feat. They well won. Busek, he's done that on a couple of occasions now. Here come Marconi trying to hold it up with Sekenis. Pass was straight to Campbell. Campbell, no nonsense type of player, getting stuck in. He retained the main core from that team that got promoted, but just made a couple smart signings. This man was one of them. And Pufflet, person putting in the cross, was another. He was looking for Vinci. It might still fall for Lopez, who would be full of confidence now. I said earlier he was growing into this game. Well won by Malfara, but then he's dispossessed by Maya. Beautiful little dink there for Busek, who could drive forward. And well won. It was Barbic winning the tackle there. Mentioning those smart signings that NSW made, and I think when you look at the teams that have had success after getting promoted in this competition in recent years, St. George City, St. George FC, they don't go for wholesale crazy off seasons, signing 12 or 13 players. You have to change entire 11s. Chemistry takes too long to build. Those teams retained their core that got them promoted and now are regulars pushing for finals football. We've already seen St. George City make the finals. St. George FC made a great start to this season as well. NSW following a similar model here.
Come on,
Harb.
man.
Recovery from Armson. Barbic, another one of those players who made the move. Spent some time at Wanderers Academy. Here he is going up against Daniel. Malfara comes back to help, and NSW's stand-in captain, because the regular captain Claudio Fabiano just came off, does well to win the tackle. Team player Fabiano when he was on the ground wanting to get treatment. He was double fist pumping when Lopez put it in. That's a foul from Grant Lynch. And he earns himself a spot in Michael Wiener's book. First card. There goes the ex-Blacktown man Lynch. Free kick here for Marconi. Seen them cause trouble at the start of this game. This one a little bit further out than that Jesic free kick earlier. Maya might opt to send it in instead. He's got Daniel peeling out to his left. New players screaming to get across. So Maya's going to go route one instead. He sends it in. It beats everyone. It's an awkward one. There, and sent to safety from Lopez, who I have a feeling may have worn that one where you don't want to wear it. Great. Ed Knowles will be loving what he's seeing. He's still working out his preferred 11. Working out what front three is going to get them survival. He would have loved to have seen another goal for Pufflet and the first goal of the season to their longest standing player. Sometimes rotates with Fulton, who's on the bench today. Knowles opting for Lopez, and so far it's paid off. One too high for Pecoran. NSW will be in no rush to take this throw. 5.5 minutes to go in a first half that has had everything. Jesic. A big chance at 1-1 to give his team the lead again after a brilliant run. Tenqual, who started his run at centre-back. They're going to have to do something they haven't done this season. That's come from behind to get a result. Pufflet up against Daniel. It's a size mismatch, but does brilliantly and then tries one step over too many, and Barbic reads it well. Knowles will not want a repeat of the ending of the first half of his team's game last week, which is where the game just fell apart. Good header there from Campbell. Conceded 2 goals, had a player sent off, and the game was effectively over. Very different playbook being played out in the opening half here. Reads UNSW 2, Marconi 1. Lopez going up against Quollen. Minaric well won there, puts his head on the line, and now a chance to break it. He's continued his run, Minaric. Campbell sends it out for a corner, tried to win the foul. The gamesmanship there from Lachlan Campbell, but the referee points to the corner. Marconi land a killer blow right before half time. An equalizer, a game that they've led and now trail. The first half that has had everything. And we see another goal. Floated in, it's a good ball. It falls in for Minaric, cleared off the line. And UNSW hold on. Danger not over yet.
Come on, George, close it.
Chance for the second ball. That one not as good as the first. It might still work out here though. Sekenis hits the deck. And Prendergast falls on the ball and draws an applause from the UNSW fans because he'll milk some precious seconds off the clock here as we approach halftime. We'll have a bit of stoppage time. 3 goals. And that injury to UNSW's captain, Claudio Fabiano, forcing a first half change. Misplaced pass. Meyer, lovely outside of the boot ball for Sekenes, who's trying to get around Lynch. Does really well to recover though, Lynch, after it looked like Sekenes may have got the better of him. Clearance falls to Blair. SW finishing this half under the pump. Marconi have just found another gear. This game has ebbed and flowed like a tennis match. Lopez tangling up with Mlinaric, and you can see that the confidence that a goal gives Kevin Lopez, he's really grown into this first half and relishing the battle with both centre-backs, but particularly Mlinaric. Vinci looked like he'd been fouled, and he was. Plenty of game changers on that bench for Peter Sekenes. Noah Anderson, Sunday Yona, Dimi Petrados as well. Not the one you're thinking of. His cousin, who's also called Dimi. Plenty of time until we see changes though. 90 seconds of the first half. Great response from UNSW. The opening 5 minutes looked ominous. And they went behind early. Well, won by Lopez to bring it down on his chest. The pass didn't find the teammate though. Really well. Last 60 seconds of this first half. Vinci, another player that bought into this UNSW vision. Is it Rockdale? Dropped down a league, looking for more first team football, and has become a regular in that left back spot. Sloppy spell here for Marconi, and playing into UNSW's hands here. Throw looking for Lopez. Brilliant header in the direction of Harb. Slightly heavy touch, but a good recovery from Daniel. Sekenes got the jump on Lynch, but it fell straight to Malfara. Switches it out wide. Is there time for one last chance? Harb finds himself on the opposite end. It's a decent ball, and Wade with safe hands that time. And Lopez breathing down his neck to pounce on anything, just like he did for that decisive goal, which is what separates them as we are into 3 minutes of added time. I believe, my apologies, glued to the football. I didn't even see the fourth official put time up, but I can see a board with the number 3 on it. So I'm going to assume that we have 3 minutes of added time, which sounds fair. 3 goals, an injury as well. End-to-end, entertaining football. We've seen Woodwork get hit, 3 kicks, nearly scored a great goal, and this man, one of the stars of the half. Fowler, who's been in the trenches in that midfield battle. Lopez trying to hold it up, just not on the same wavelength there with Harb. Marconi take the throw quickly, and they get a goal right before half-time, which would be a coach killer for the home team, who've done so well to battle back into this game. Jesic tries to lay it off there for Busek. He thought maybe he was fouled by Wood, and Kiwis waving him up. Jesic will be sore after that one. He'll also be sore because he's a roofer by trade, so he spends his days in sweltering hot roofs and then plays like a 23-year-old at night. Had a big chance, and that could be perhaps a turning point, not only in this match, but NSW's season as well. Wood tries to prevent a quarter, and he does. Chance was one of a number of highlights that we've had in this first half. Still 45 minutes to go. This one live and free on the Football New South Wales YouTube. Plenty of football tonight. on in New South Wales, but you want to keep your eyes glued to this one. Time maybe for one last chance. Daniel. Strong tackle once again by Barbic, who usually a right back. He's filling in after the suspension of Winfield, but he's done a great job so far. Malfara, happy to play it back to his goalkeeper. As time almost runs out. Vinci does well to control that one, but then it falls straight to Armson. This is the last chance of the first half. Maya pass a little bit too heavy there, and that is the end of a fantastic opening 45 minutes. Maya's fired up. UNSW fans with plenty to be fired up about after that first half. They fell behind after a brilliant goal from centre-back Tang Kuo, but the response that their manager would have dreamt of. Ollie Pufflet's second goal of the season, and then after Marco Jesic had a huge chance to give Marconi the lead once again, Kevin Lopez's first goal of the season is what separates us. Don't go anywhere. Big second half coming up on the other side of this break. Welcome back to the second half. Are UNSW 45 minutes away from their first 3 points top flight football? The lights have taken effect here at the Village Green. We've seen some fireworks as well in that first half. Will it be celebration time for the home team? The fifth time of asking. Goes to Malfara. Good strong challenge there from Campbell, who was getting into it with Franco Meyer at the end of that first half. No surprises there. Two feisty customers. Busek, a couple moments of magic in that first half. Can he produce something here? Lovely turn once again. Like he was momentarily going to get around Barbic, but the young defender, makeshift defender I should say, does well, and he did well there to prevent the corner. Uni forced to make a change to their backline pre-game after the suspension of Timothy Wofill, and then they lost their captain, Claudio Fabiano, in that first half as well. Liam Wood stepping in. Malfara's dispossessed by Armson. Meyer tries the shot. Easy pickings there for Tristan Prendergast. Go long this time. Pufflet. That his jersey tugged there. You just saw both the confidence that a goal can give. Ollie Pufflet, particularly Kevin Lopez, just grew into the game as the first half progressed. Barbic, well one there, he's looking for Harb. Intercepted well by Luka Pekora. Falls here for Jesic, and it trickles out for a throw. That back line, welcome back. Cameron Windust as well was a key part of that 2024 championship winning team, missed last year with injury. So a welcome boost when you read out the names. Left Marconi last season. James Hilton, Harry van der Sar, of course, was an Australian Championship signing. James Bayless, Tasmuda Kudus, Lockie Griffiths, Will Akio, another Championship signing. Geordie Swivel, Jake True, Brandon Vella. It's a lot of great players right there, and they've signed smart and they've signed very well. And they showed that opening 3 weeks of the season. They went 3 from 3, breezing past 3 contenders. Definitely for finals football, you would say. Apia, Rockdale and Wollongong stumbled last week and find themselves behind 2-1. Whistle goes in favour of Marconi. So lights start to take full effect here at the Village Green. Only the second home game this season for UNSW. They were minutes away from their first victory in their only other home game against the SD Raiders. Stoppage time equalizer breaking their hearts. They very nearly almost lost that game as well. SD Raiders having a chance right at the very end, which Prendergast saved, but UNSW will undoubtedly feel like they should have won that game and probably won it comfortably as well. They hit the post a couple times. The goal scorer, named Sean Woods, is out with a back injury. He's a big loss. Sekenis, lovely switch. Good touch as well. Meyer gets it onto his left foot. Looking for a teammate there, but Lynch has to be careful this half. He picked up a yellow. It's been good seeing that UNSW backline, both backlines, you have to say, battle with the forwards. It's been a very physical game. Both teams going to unlock the defenses with long balls, but it's really been moments of magic that have led to goals. 10 quals, goal, Ollie Pufflet's equaliser, and then A moment that Joel Wade would like to forget, which Kevin Lopez pounced on. NSW with a chance now. This game extra important for the home team, with SD Raiders losing earlier today to Sydney United. Ball floated into the back post. Campbell did really well to get his head on there, and then coming across was Quoll. He's getting tangled up with Lachlan Campbell in back play, and the ref's going to stop it. Campbell in the middle of it once again. And the UNSW, this time with Ten Quoll, who is another feisty character. Passionate footballers out there in the middle. Last thing you'd want to see is either of those players get sent off. Particularly Ten Quoll, after the first half that he had, scored a beautiful goal, and almost with the assist of the season, going on a dazzling solo run. Ended up for Mark Koyesic, who put the shot wide. And they go long, looking for Meyer. Vinci is there to cut off the pass, and then he gets tangled up with Meyer, and referee gives a free kick to UNSW. Fowler holds it up here. As well, hold it up for Vinci, who wins the throw, and the throw went the other way. It is hard to see that up the side of the field. Not the most powerful lights here at UNSW, so it's commentator's nightmare. There's a couple dark patches there. Malfara wearing the armband. Fabiano came off in the first half. Lovely back heel by Harb, and a chance here to break for UNSW. Lopez, well intercepted and dealt with by Ten Quoll. There's a piece of magic there from Harb. Trying to find the cross here. They'll take a corner. And it's a goal kick instead. Big results that happened today that will interest both teams at opposite ends of the table. Apia getting the job done against Blackdown, who were reduced to 10 men. They won 3-2. Sydney United defeating SD Raiders as well. So a win here. So with Sharks losing last night, a chance for UNSW to get out of the relegation zone. Of course, it's one gets relegated automatically, and second last plays second in League One. UNSW know that system well, of course, being a part of League One for a few seasons. They didn't need the playoff, though. They did it automatically, and they're looking to become a mainstay in the top flight. They'd go a long way to doing so if they picked up their first 3 points here. The 1-2 attempted for Pufflet, but cut off by Daniel. Pufflet's adamant that ball was out. Campbell, great job shifting into midfield. And the pass was on there for Fowler, and it is here for Lopez from my angle there, and a couple yells from the crowd maybe made it seem like it was on more than it was. Wade read it the whole way. Tough matchup for any striker in this competition when you draw Marconi replacing Mudakudis and Lockie Griffiths with Ten Quoll to partner Anton Minaric, who dives up there. And they tried to dink it over. I had the feeling Jesic may have been offside. Take whatever you can get when you come up against these centre-backs, and that's exactly what Lopez did. Pouncing on a mistake, giving UNSW the lead, and Pufflett's low shot, which whizzed past Wade. The difference so far. Prendergast shook off a shoulder injury, which he picked up whilst playing for Sydney United last season. Kept him out of round one. Youngster Cassius Flavel stepped up in his place. He was their 20s goalkeeper. I mentioned those signings that they made. He can make the case he's the most important. One almost a lost cause there from Armson, who thought maybe the 4D chess play and sent that one out for a throw, but it had already gone out. Team is going to stay up. Their goalkeeper is one of the most important players. That's why we need someone with the experience of Tristan Prendergast. Part of great teams surrounded by great players at Blacktown and Sydney United is so important. Jesic dropping deep. Ten minutes gone in this second half. We didn't have the electrifying opening 10 that we did in the first half, which won't bother UNSW one bit. They'll be happy just to take this first win however they could get it. Battling forward, there was Malfaro, who's adamant he got fouled. He had players all over him like a cheap suit there, but referee waves it off. Daniel tries to get around Pufflet, and he does. No room there for Busek to turn. Babic was there like a brick wall. Great work from Lopez to hold it up for Fowler, who rides the challenge of Daniel and holds it up. Here's Harb with room to shoot, and it whizzes across goal. Best chance of the second half for either team. And it falls to Jyden Harb. Lovely work there by UNSW. Corby Fowler did brilliantly. First to ride the challenge from Daniel and then opened up and found last year's League 2 player of the season, but dragged the shot wide. Go long for Sekenis. Sekenis as well to find some room, but then he turns into Grant Lynch. Goal scoring, he said earlier in this game, was an issue for Marconi last season. They didn't have a double-digit goal scorer last season, and they won't want to see this, which is their equal top goal scorer from last season, Damien Sekenis, down. Hopefully for Marconi, he's back to his feet. It gives us a quick chance to go around the game grounds. It's finished at Christie Park. Spirit beat St. George City by 2-0. Goalless at halftime between St. George FC and Manly. The game you're watching here today, half an hour to go. UNSW 13 minutes away from their first ever win in the top flight. Qual. If we're approaching a time where Peter Sekenis will look to his bench. Plenty of game changers on there. And one thing about Peter Sekenis is he trusts his bench and trusts his youngsters. We saw that in the Australian Championship. Minutes that he gave players like Noah Anderson. Lovely work from Daniel. And the cross is picked off by Prendergast. Sunday Yona, very capable X-Factor type player as well. Right now, though, the best chance of that second half fell to UNSW, and it is the home team that are going to get ready to make a change. It's Lopez who comes off, and he gets an applause from the home fans. His first goal of the season is the difference so far, and he's replaced by UNSW's top goal scorer from last season, Jack Fulton, who did score a beautiful goal in their opening game against Sydney United. They'd love another goal just to give them a bit of breathing room. Otherwise, they'll be having deja vu nightmares flashing from their other home game this season against SD Raiders. They want to banish those demons, give themselves a bit of comfort. Pufflet does well. He's adamant he got fouled. He's been excellent, Ollie Pufflet. Laid off by Fulton. His first touch is a good one. He's Harb. He is capable of the fantastic. Just can't get any room for the shot. Good pass to pick out Pufflet. The ricochet might still fall for him. It's still there for UNSW and then dealt with eventually by Lunaric. Lovely football there by Busek and Lunaric. The patient pass, the dazzling feet of Busek there. Time it was Malfara and Campbell getting back. We've seen that on a couple of occasions in the first half. Dazzling feet there by Busek, who's gone from being Marconi super sub last season to an important part of their championship push. Sekenis drifting out wide. Up against Barbic, who has been fantastic out on that right-hand side. And there's a coming together there. Both players hitting the deck there. It's still going on in back play. Referee had a perfect view of it as Lockie Campbell, the instigator once again, getting tangled up with Daniel. That looked like something you'd see in the WWE. Referee taking the wise approach, which is you're both doing it, play on. Daniel a little bit worse for wear here. He's limping a little bit. It's going to be Marconi getting ready to make a double change. Looks like it's going to be Tyrone Burney coming on. As I mentioned before, apologies. That side of the field is basically pitch black for me, and these old eyes aren't very good. Bit of suspense here as we wait for the board. It's Franco Maya coming off. Tyrone Burney and Cameron Windust coming on. So I have a feeling we're going to see what we saw last week, which is Ten Qual coming on. Marko Jesic was the other player coming off. So confirmation of that double change. Burney, Windust on, Jesic and Maya off. And as suspected, Ten Qual is playing up front. Part of that Qual emerging royal family of Australian football. Just family of ballers, and Tang showed us that he is definitely one of them. Played on the wing and up front in his Central Coast Mariners and Wanderers Academy days, and started this game as centre-back, scored a beautiful goal. He's playing up front now as Marconi try and rescue something out of this game. They're going to be on the back foot once again. Harb looking for a teammate. It was Fulton, who is a very explosive player, almost got on the end of it. He might have a second chance too, and it's Windus whose first touch after coming on is to send that one out for a corner. And that draws applause the UNSW fans. We need a nickname for UNSW. I saw it's the students. That's rubbish. We could do better than that. So if anyone listening has a good nickname for UNSW, that's better than the students, let me know. Corner here for UNSW, 25 minutes to go, despite leading, and maybe you'd suspect they'd sit back. They've looked the more likely in this second half. Definitely not sitting on this 1-goal lead. Nightmares of what happened a fortnight ago. And to banish those demons and pick up their first 3 points, a precious 3 points, particularly after the Sutherland Sharks result last night. SD Raiders losing earlier this afternoon. A chance to jump out of that bottom two. Prendergast goes long. Fulton leaping. Vintage Jack Fulton there. Campbell did really well to use his body, and then I've done the commentator's curse on him as he plays that out. Sek wanted it on his head. Put up on Barbich's instead. Daniel thought he was fouled by Fowler there. Barbich takes the throw quickly. He was looking for Puffler, who's putting absolute shift in up top on that right-hand side. Well won by Campbell, and then he did brilliantly to put it through the legs of Busek. Busek fouls Pufflet. That was magic work there. Lockie Campbell, who has been immense in the middle of the park. Halfway through the second half, and you have to say Marconi need to find another gear here. It's almost a mirror image of the second half in their game last week. NSW so far looking comfortable and looking to double their lead, floated into the back post. Bernie missed the start of the season with injury, still working his way back into the squad. Such a key player, played over 40 games last season, but despite him being available once again, Peter Sekenis opting for the same lineup for every game so far this season. Sekenis is limping. He's fought for every scrap up top, as he always does. Qual goal put this game underway after just 3 minutes. He's their top goal scorer. He's got 3 goals this season, despite for a majority of the time he plays at centre back. He starts games at centre back, but just like he did last week, they've pushed him forward looking for an equaliser, and they'll look for a cross here. So Kenneth and Qual waiting. They're going to get a corner instead. It's for Marconi to draw level from the set piece. Plenty of big bodies. They search for an equaliser. Get it over the first man that time. Recycled out wide. Take 2. That ball is better. Leaping was Sekenis, but a strong header away. It fell to Bernie, who has the ball pinched off him, and then the last second, Harb loses his footing. Barbich dealt with that bouncing ball well. Played out wide to Qual. Gets around Barbich initially and finds the cross. Dealt with by Wood, and now Fulton holds it up for Fowler. There's another one that's really grown into this game. They play it out wide to Harb for some room and a teammate, and he almost found it there as Vinci was steaming onto that ball. The 1-2 there, Marconi moving the ball well, but just unable to create much in this second half. A couple nice moments in that first half. None more so than Ten Qual's sensational solo run. A couple of Mate Busek moments of brilliance, but other than that, haven't created anything really in this second half. It's UNSW who came closest to scoring. Looks like UNSW going to make another change. Gabe Knowles, what do you do now? Do you make a defensive change, or do you try and look for that second goal just to give you a bit of comfort? He made one attacking change by bringing on Fulton. I wouldn't be surprised if he does something similar. Minutes to go. Seen some big moments in the history of University of New South Wales Football Club on this field. None more so than their stoppage time winner to get promoted on the final game last season. This one won't have those type of scenes where fans run onto the field, but it'll be equally as important. It'll be their first win of the season, if they could see out this last 19 minutes plus stoppage time. UNSW player that was getting ready to take their bib off as, put the bib back on. Marconi go long. And onto the field is Sunday Yona. So amongst that big stoppage, as I said once again, as it goes out for a Marconi corner, that is a tough part of the field to see. My apologies, and my eyes aren't the best in broad daylight. Marconi have made another change. So Sunday Yona, the ex-MacArthur Bull, comes on and going to make an immediate impact. Norwich was there at the front post. NSW happy to send it away. Fulton does well to hold it up. He tried to lay it off to a teammate. Instead it goes straight to Tyrone Burney. Yona. And that pass is too heavy. Noah Anderson has come on for Marconi as well. NSW getting ready to make changes, so a double change for Marconi. Mate Busek and Ten Qual have come off, so Anderson, Yona on. Chance a handball there, it might fall. It almost did. Yeah, still there for Blair. Burney. Marconi throwing men forward. It's a good ball. It might fall here for the substitute. Sunday Yona looking for room. There's a sea of yellow and black there, though, to block it. And then they pinch it off Armson and get the free kick as well. Stables boys, the Marconi Ultras, have moved to the other side, maybe in anticipation of a goal. Making noise again. That little moment, that good best passage of the second half for Marconi just brought them to life. Noah Anderson, product of the great Marston College Randwick, just like UNSW's captain, Claudio Fabiano. He was the youngest goal scorer in Australian Championship history until Oscar Gonzalez scored against Marconi to send that game to extra time in that crazy shootout as well. UNSW have made a change as they look to see out their first win of the season. Ooh, boot was was high there. It's Gil Duffy, a youngster. You can see trying to track down Noah Anderson there and almost got his head taken off as well. In, looking for the shot, great block. That was sensational because Noah Anderson did really well, but good block. Best spell of the second half, this for Marconi, as they push for an equalizer. Gil Duffy, the youngster just thrown on, spent some time at Apia as a youth player. Long throw. Bit of head tennis there, and then the shot. It might fall here for Anderson. He lays it off. Bernie fizzes it across goal. It must be, and it is. Marconi have an equaliser. And we are set up for a grandstand last 15 minutes. Marconi's best spell of the second half is rewarded with an equaliser. Fans trying to will Uni back on. Great ball there from Bernie, the substitute, to pick out Damien Sekenis, who is the last remaining member of that starting front four, the two strikers and the wingers. His strike partner Jesic and both wingers taken off. He's been left on. He has battled all 90 minutes and mostly had to work off scraps, but the right place at the right time to get on the end of that Bernie cross and set up a grandstand finish. Here come UNSW. Although on paper, a draw against the Marconi Stallions would be a great result for UNSW, I have to feel that particularly how the opening 75 minutes has gone, they will be disappointed if they don't pick up 3 points here. Despite going down, they fought back brilliantly and controlled a majority of this second half. And here's Yona. To give credit to Peter Sekenis, the substitutes, just breathe life into this Marconi team because they were just labouring a little bit in that second half, lacking spark, and they got that spark from a brilliant cross, and the man who you want on the end of it, Damien Sekenis, gets his third goal of the season, so he now joins Tanquol as Marconi's top goal scorer this season. And a push for a winner here. Anderson's been great since coming on. Mentioned that Noah Anderson was the Australian Championship youngest goal scorer. He's now the second youngest in year 12, he's doing his HSC. He's balancing, and I've been told, a very smart young man as well. He's balancing the books with Bosley Park, and again, here. A bright future ahead of him. Play it back to Prendergast. Marconi have just wrestled back control in this game after UNSW were cruising for a majority of that second half. Marconi now really starting to turn the screws. Armson. Put out wide to Pekora, who's continued his run. Tyron Burney playing out on that right-hand wing has been an inspired change, and his cross just didn't have an Azuri blue jersey on the end of it. It beat everyone, and UNSW players were like statues with hearts in their mouth there as they watched it trickle out for a goal kick. Chance last season to speak to Peter Flea about what the secret was to Tyron Burney going to another level last season. He said, at Marconi, we give him the license to go forward. We've given him that license to coming off the bench tonight, and he is really causing problems out on that right-hand side. Usually plays a right back, playing as a right midfielder. They go long looking for Sekenis. Wood's got a backtrack and falls in for Sekenis, who fouls Wood. Tidy finish, but it doesn't matter. And another let off there for UNSW. Sekenis showing off his strength. That was textbook Damien Sekenis. And I have a feeling his old man on the sideline isn't happy about that foul. One thing about Marconi is they've got the biggest bench, an entourage of coaches, which I have to think is a tactical masterclass, because you've got assistants that could just sacrifice themselves and take a yellow card for the cause. Wrestling going on there and a foul. Plenty of time for a winner here. Will we see another moment of magic? End of a fantastic game. 6 o'clock kickoff. Fans from both teams have made the trip here to the University of New South Wales, and they've been treated to an excellent game of football. Go long looking for Fulton. Marconi. Go long now. It might drop here for Yona, who's quick, and he gets around Wood. Can he keep it in? He can. Sunday Yona loses his footing slightly, squares it up. And UNSW hold on. Yona showing what he can do there. Pace. It's almost devastating. And Barbic, who's been excellent at the back there, was beaten, and then Yona just lost his footing a little bit as he was walking the tightrope along the goal line. Here come Marconi once again. It's wave after wave. Yona was surely offside. He was. Prendergast was there anyway. UNSW, after controlling a majority of this second half, are under the pump here at the Village Green. Not getting their first win of the season will hurt, but not getting anything out of this game will be devastating for Gabe Knowles' team. Prendergast just trying to fire up his team once again. They've lost control of this game. Changes made by Sekenis have influenced this game big time. It's resulted in Marconi finishing this game strong. They've already got their equalizer. And they get a winner. On there for UNSW's Kai Kamikura. Sekenis holds it up. Talking about, I've said this a number of times, but strikers, when they score, their confidence, you almost see like imaginary wings just grow out of them. Sekenis has gone, he's been fighting all game, but he's gone to another level since scoring. Even the most routine finishes, a goal is always a goal. You don't get style points. It all equals one. Yona. It's been good since coming on, looking for a cross. Lynch deals with that low cross. Marconi now. They hold it up and they send it to the back post, and that is a relieving goal kick for UNSW. Kamikura. Another. Talking about smart, I've said this one a lot, smart signings. He came over mid-season last year from St. George City with Nathan Roberts and gave that team that push to the title and ultimately promotion. Very youthful. Good mix of youth and experience in this UNSW team. They're going to need all of it, though, to hold on here. Great tackle by Vinci. Both fullbacks for UNSW have been very good tonight. You have a feeling the way this game has gone with 5 minutes to go, we're going to get one more moment. Now the last 10 minutes have gone, it looks like it might fall to Marconi unless NSW, like they did when they were behind, can pull a rabbit out of the hat. If anyone's capable of it, it's this man, Harb. Holds it up looking for Duffy. Daniel. Sekenis, who's earned himself an ice bath and a Gatorade after his shift tonight. Maybe an alcoholic beverage. He's Greek, maybe Uzo. Ugh, not for me. Uzo, not for me. I'm more of a limoncello guy. If NSW were to lose, though, it would not go down like a shot of limoncello, that's for sure. It would go down like a shot of lava. It would be unbearable. Lenaric, plenty of room to drive forward. Everyone behind the ball except one for UNSW. Ball floated in. It's an inviting ball. Still there, Yona leaps. It falls here for Blair. And blocked. There's a player on the deck for UNSW. This is nightmare fuel for UNSW fans as they can't get the ball away. Daniel, the calm head, just to take it a touch and find the cross. Header away, only as far as Bernie. It's fizzing around. And cleared. Heart in mouth stuff for UNSW. There's a player down here for UNSW. Going to have a nice chunk of added time, you'd think. This stoppage because of the injury. Plenty of subs and Sekenis' goal. It's kicking off. I don't know what started it, but this game's been simmering and threatening to boil over here. Player down was Alex Malfara. Let's hope it's nothing serious. He brutal luck with injuries. Injured in pre-season last season, missed the entire season. Was almost like a new signing when they got him back this year. Play resumes. 90 seconds of the 90 remaining. Dinked in once again. That has to be a foul, and it was. Lucky Campbell shoved there. That's blatant. Two fiery teams, two passionate teams, and the result has been a very entertaining game of football, which still has time for one more chapter. Now Fari is back, which is good news. UNSW don't want to lose any more starters. No Woods, no Roberts today. Oh, rare error there from the Norwich, a miss kick. And misplaced pass. Campbell was looking for Harb, but he overhit it. UNSW now will be looking to pin Marconi deep in their half. 30 seconds of the 90 to go. Beautiful feet there, and Armson did well to win the foul. Malfara gets balked. They tried to play it on. They're not happy, but Michael Weiner was giving a card to Alex Malfara, and I got to say, Malfara's probably happy about that card. Because Marconi were looking to play it quickly. Their fans, who are seated to my right, aren't happy about that one. Wade's going to take it. Bernie looking for a cross. It was his cross that led to the equalizer. Corner for Marconi. This would be a cruel, cruel blow to the home team who led. Were in control for most of this second half, but have been on the back foot since conceding the equaliser. They send it long. No one up there for UNSW. Only Luca Pecora there to deal with it. Bernie, someone his left foot. Not as effective as his right. Anderson. Up against Barbic. Looking for some room. Anderson does really well. Fizzes in across, but well dealt with. Naric has time to switch it back post and leaping above the pack. Great ball by Naric. Sekenis at the back post there, who got the jump. Tussling there. There's Harb. Heavy contact, which you can probably hear in our effects mic. Fulton. Blair. Lynch steps up, makes a key interception. Duffy, he started for the under-20s earlier today. Not showing the effects of heavy legs, and then just as I say that, I put the mock on him. I'm sorry, Gil Duffy. The way this second half has ended, maybe UNSW might be content with the draw. They'd love 3 points. Wade has had a few nervy moments today. That was almost another one, but across the line already. Goal kick. Plenty of time here for one more chance. Wade's error atoned by Damien Sekenis' equaliser. NSW look like they might have to wait at least another week for their first win of the season. They have very important and early, excuse the cliche, but a football 6-pointer against the Sutherland Sharks, who find themselves near the bottom of the league as well. Pendergast coming up to take this one. This could be the last chance. We've seen some wild scenes here at the Village Green. Could we get some more late drama? Well, Naric's header. Duffy, put it down. Harb, they're just looking for some room. It falls here for Jayden Harb. Great save, Wade. Still with Harb. Jayden Harb, another big save. Joel Wade with the double save. Brilliant from Marconi's goalkeeper to deny Harb not once but twice. Agonisingly close to their first ever win in the top flight. Beautiful save. That's brought everyone to their feet. This is it, the end of a brilliant game of football. Last chance for a winner. Floated into the near post, good ball. It beats everyone. Now it's Marconi's chance. Can they break UNSW hearts? UNSW so close to a winner, I beg your pardon. They're going to get a chance here. Marconi are going to get a chance. Right at the end-to-end drama. Wow. Jayden Harbs forcing a double save from Joel Wade, who has definitely made up for that first half error. Excellent stuff from Marconi's goalkeeper. That's how you respond. And a chance here for Marconi to break UNSW hearts. This is it. Dink it into the back post. It's a great ball. And it was almost in. They were queuing up at the back post. And that is the end of a fantastic 90 minutes. UNSW will have to wait at least another week for their first ever win in the top flight. But they showed tonight that they well and truly belong here in the New South Wales NPL. They pushed Marconi all the way. They fought back from 1-0 down. They led 2-0. They were controlling a majority of the second half until Marconi equalised. They then pressed for a winner. And then the moment of the match, Jayden Harbs double save. Points are shared here at the Village Green. Final score, UNSW 2, Marconi 2. On behalf of everyone at Football New South Wales, my name is Adamo Tenegros. Have a lovely weekend. We'll see you next time.